back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be 5 things that they don't tell you is gonna happen after birth. And there's a lot of them, but I'll go on 5 specific ones that I can talk about because I personally kind of experienced them. So yeah, they don't tell you everything. So the first one would be a lot of soreness. When I gave birth to my first child, Elliot, I was not expecting that. I would have liked to know that. I really freaked out. Let me explain. When you give birth, the contractions, the pushing, it's a lot of kind of exercise, if you can say. It's a lot of pressure on your body, and that results in a lot of soaring. It's like if you go, it's the same feeling like in all your abdomen and your belly. You can have them everywhere, but for me it was especially here because of the pushing and contractions and stuff. And I honestly can tell you guys that it feels like if you were going to the gym for 24 hours 7 days a week. Like the soreness you get because you're so sore it hurts. That's what you feel. When I gave birth to Elliot, I was freaking out. I thought I was, I don't know, not gonna die, but I really thought something was wrong with me. I was really hurting, calling all the nurses, and I was like, no, it really hurts, I don't understand. I would take pills and medicine for that, like Tylenol and stuff like that. I think pills for the muscles, and I would still be hurting. So I was freaking out, and they were like, we don't understand and stuff. And then I like caught on and realized it was really a soreness pain. And it happened the same thing with Amelia. But it happened when I came back home. Like over there I was fine, but when I came back home, then it happened, and I was so sore, like trouble walking and stuff because it hurt each time I took a step. And yeah, so that is something that maybe you could consider, because it really does hurt, and it's normal. Obviously your body just pushed a baby out. It just created a baby and pushed it out, and with all the contractions and the pushing and all, yeah. So it's pretty normal, but you have to tell yourself, because when you're not expecting it, it's really, it's freaking, it's crazy. So another issue, I'm sorry I had to go get Amelia because she woke up, but another issue is going to the bathroom. If one day in your life you like don't expect to like having issues to go to the bathroom, it will happen if you give birth. This may be TMI, but obviously this video is probably all TMI. But yeah, going to the bathroom is an issue. Okay. Going to the bathroom is hard, especially if you get stitches or stuff like that down there after birth. But even if you don't, I've experienced both. It's still really an issue. It's something that, ooh, the lighting, sorry. It's something that you don't really expect, but at the same time, it's something that is obviously gonna happen. Peeing is a thing. Like, they measure your pee and stuff like that when you give birth. TMI. It's gonna happen anyways if you give birth, but yeah, it's a thing. And obviously sometimes you have trouble wiping and stuff like that. Why is the lighting not focusing when I turn around? But so yeah, it really does suck after birth. Oh, hey. But except that, the number 2 part is the hardest. You cannot go poo when you give birth. Like, honestly, it's a challenge, and it's a real thing. Sometimes you can do it the same day, sometimes it's the second day, sometimes it can take up to 1 or 2 weeks after birth. Honestly, it's really because you're like everything is just weird and going back to its place, like your uterus and stuff. So it's really, the body is pretty weird in that way. But yeah, it is really an issue when it comes to going to the bathroom. So the third thing that they don't tell you is the mood swings you're gonna get after. That really sucks. It's like worse than your pregnancy mood swings and your emotions while you're pregnant. Because you give birth, like hormones and emotions, it's like a whole bunch of different things going on, and it's just really, really hard to like take care of. So you get a lot of mood swings, and especially if it's your first one, you get less sleep for the first time. Even with like all of them, like with the second, like myself, the lack of sleep doesn't help. Gets you really emotional, really angry, less patient, like a lot of mood swings. And it's something normal. It lasts about 2 weeks, but if it's way beyond 2 weeks, you have to consult because it might be a postpartum depression. But for the first 2 weeks, mood swings are normal, and they suck because you don't want to feel that way, because like you just gave life. Like it's supposed to be something super good, super happy, but no, it's not gonna happen that way. It's really hard. But it's something you have to tell yourself about, that it's okay, that you have people around you to help, and that it's just gonna go all away, because after your body gets like used to not having a baby inside of you anymore, you like it comes back and just you being normal. Number 4 is something that I definitely didn't know about, and it's them good old hemorrhoids. That sucks. That sucks, but it's normal. I know I keep saying it's normal a lot, but honestly, I know as a mom, we just like say to ourselves, oh, it just happens to me. But no, it happens to everyone, most of everyone. And yeah, the hemorrhoids are terrible. Hate it. I did get some for both, but you can't really avoid them since you're pushing like crazy to get that baby out, and it's just, yeah. But at least it's fine because they gave you treatment for that, and it's completely normal. You don't have to be ashamed of having them, and they just go away like after a couple of days, maybe a week. So it's not that bad. The only thing is that they might come back once in a while, when you're just going to the bathroom randomly. So that really sucks. But except for that, it's fine. It's just really uncomfortable, if I can say. And at the beginning, I was like, why is he giving me that? And like, why am I having that? Because in my head, I don't know, in my head it wasn't supposed to happen. I don't know, I really found it weird. But hello, what are you doing? Yeah, it's completely normal. Don't be ashamed of it. I was ashamed of it at the beginning, but I understood like what they were and what caused it and stuff like that. So like, don't really be ashamed, but tell yourself that it might happen. Last but not least, and it is the worst part that people don't really understand, but don't really, they're like, oh no, I'm gonna be fine. No, stretch marks still happen after birth. Guys, if you're pregnant and you're like, oh, I'm 40 weeks, I don't have any stretch marks, I'm so glad, and then you give birth, no stretch marks, yay. No, don't get your hopes up. They can happen in the few days after that. Stretch marks are unpredictable. They happen all the time. I personally got them during my pregnancy, and I didn't have any after, but I do know people that didn't have any, or like 1 or 2, during the pregnancy, and then after birth it just exploded. Her belly was full and stuff like that. So it can happen, and you have to tell yourself that you are not safe, except like if your baby's like her age, a month. So yeah, don't get your hopes up too fast, because they happen after birth also. So that's pretty much for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want me to do more, because there's a lot more, I'm telling you guys, but those are like the 5 main ones that personally I did not expect. But yeah, so if you want me to do another video kind of like this, just comment down below and I'll see what I can do. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.